Hello everybody and welcome back to Pokemon Fire Red, and today's part we will be doing the post game. Finally! Oh my god! The post game. I can't believe we're finally here. I recorded this. When did I record this? I recorded this part. Part 3 actually was recorded like 2 weeks ago. But part 1 and part 2 was recorded, I want to say, like a year ago. It was a while. I'd definitely say March. I think March is around, yeah, like 11 months ago. Definitely like 11 months ago. So yeah, it's been a long time. Been a long time since I've seen this, so I don't really know what's going on. Just kind of vaguely remembering stuff. I mean, I know what's going on, but I don't know like exactly what's going on. Professor Oak is taking our Pokedexes. Pokedai? Is it Poked? What is the plural of Pokedex? Is it Pokedexes? Interesting. I've never really thought about that before. Alright, anyways, he is upgrading them to the National Dex, which means that we can record data of all Pokemon in the game. I don't know why he couldn't do this earlier. It probably set a reason actually. But now, oh, by the way, I forgot how I edited this, or I forgot how I edited in the past. So I apologize if it looks a little different, editing wise. But I doubt people are gonna be watching all this back to back, because I do not think that the first half. I say the first half. I don't think the first 25 parts are very good. I think the picture's really bad. I mean, I don't think the picture's that good here. I loaded up, not this, but I loaded up Leaf Green on my Game Boy Advance. Like it's not the SP, it's like the original, maybe not the original Game Boy Advance, but it's like the white one, like the white brick essentially. Not brick. It's not a brick. I don't even know what to call it. Excuse me. Anyways, I loaded up on there. And it actually looked so good on there. Like, it looked really, really nice. Here, it does not look good. And you know what I think it is? I have no clue if this is correct or not, because I'm not a computer guy. I say that. I am not a graphics person. But I think it's because of the Game Boy player on the GameCube. I think you can't get really high resolution picture from it, because I have I cut here, by the way, because it was just me coming here. But I have an upscaler, so this is technically in 180p or 180. Jesus, it's in 1080p. So it doesn't look like it though, right? I don't know. I also upped the saturation a bit, so it looks a little better, because before it just looked like dull and washed out. So hopefully it looks a little better. But yeah, so basically, Professor Oak's like, okay, go catch more Pokemon. And then we're like, hey, Celio. And he's like, yeah. And we're like, sup? And then he's like, okay, I need a Ruby and a Sapphire. Hint, do you get it? Do you get it? Ruby, Sapphire? Ha ha ha. He's like, no, I need a Ruby and I need a Sapphire. The Ruby should be here somewhere. I don't know where the Sapphire is. And then we're like, all right, I guess we're going to go get this Ruby. So we came over here, and Team Rocket's here because they excavated this tunnel. And you might be wondering why there's a Zubat in our party now. I'm doing a party overhaul. I think I'm going to do that for all the Pokemon games in the post game. I'm going to do a party overhaul and just get new party members in. Keep some of the old ones and get rid of some of the ones that I didn't really like during the playthrough. One of them being Vileplume, because I remember not liking Vileplume a lot. And Zinx is learning Parasong. We will not be seeing much of Zinx anymore. Sorry, Zinx. We're not gonna bother learning Parasong. But no, Crobat is Crobat is my favorite Pokemon of all time. So I really wanted to try him out, because I don't think I mean, obviously I haven't tried him out in Fire Red. But I remember back when I was playing Emerald on my Game Boy, when I was a wee lad, The reason I love Crobat so much is because the Emerald strategy guide. I remember this very clearly because I was like, okay. The Emerald strategy guide told me to get a Golbat into a Crobat was through friendship, which is correct, but it also said, and maxed out speed. I didn't know what that meant. So this was post Elite 4. I just battled the Elite 4 until I got enough money, bought some Carbos, also bought some X speeds because I didn't really know how they worked. I remember being like, oh, in Mauville City, there's an X speed right by the Rock Smash guy's house, right? So I went there. I remember this. And the reason why I wanted a Crobat was so I can catch Latios and Latios because I know Crobat had Mean Look. And I'm like, Crobat will outspeed, and I will use Mean Look, and they can't get away. And I did that. I finally got a Crobat. I just battled Victory Road until I got enough friendship and all this stuff. I even caught in a Luxury Ball. Like, I had everything all planned out. I'm like, I got this. And, yeah. So I finally get this Crobat. It knows Mean Look. I put out front. Latios or Latios, whichever one it was. I think it was Latios. Pops up on my radar. And I'm like, it's time, boys. And then, I'm like, sweet. First turn, Mean Look. And it's like, can't escape. And I'm like, my plan is falling into place. And then Latios and Latios, whichever one, I think it was Latios, proceeded to use its psychic move. I think it was psychic at that time. Maybe another psychic move. But it destroyed my Crobat. Very obviously. And I'm like, I sat there thinking, well, I should have thought of that. And that's the reason I love Crobat, is because I had this whole basically ritual where I'm like, I know where items are. This needs to happen. This needs to happen. This needs to happen for me to get this Crobat that I really want, so I can catch this Latios. And yeah, I don't think that I could ever go back to. I don't think nothing else will top my favorite Pokemon, just because how cool Crobat is. I love its design. I just love that story that goes along with it. I have no idea what these things say, so if you can read Braille without having to touch it, because you can't touch a screen, there you go. And look, we found our Ruby. I got to tell my Crobat story while finding this Ruby. And this says something. I should have looked it up beforehand, but I didn't. So there's that. Now let's skedaddle out of Mount Ember. So yes, I'm redoing my entire team. Maybe not entire team. No, I mean I know not entire team because this is already all recorded and the game's done. I beat the game and I messed up. You idiot. You idiot. Don't try it. Don't try it. Alright, well, gotta go back and restart. I should have just edited this part out, but you know, stupid. I edited that part out. Whatever. But no, I'm doing that, and then I have this rule on my whenever I'm gonna do a Pokemon game where I don't repeat typings, because I figure if you have, let's just say, a water type, right? Well, water type's a bad example because a physical water type and a special water type are useful in their own ways. Let's say an electric type. Why do you need a physical electric type and a special electric type? Or even worse yet, why do you need two special electric types or two physical electric types? You know, to me, it doesn't make much sense. So I don't repeat typings. I don't know if you noticed that, but in this playthrough, I had a water, an electric, a grass, poison, a fire, a bug, flying, and a ice, psychic. No repeat typings. And I have made my teams for every other game in this series so far that I'm going to be doing, and none of them are repeat typings, and I don't repeat Pokemon. So since I used the Blastoise in this one, I can't use the Blastoise in other games. Those are my 2 rules really when it comes to these. Oh, I just hit the table. When it comes to these Pokemon Let's Plays, and I accidentally hit Vermilion. I did that a lot, by the way, because it's right there, and I'm just hitting A button as fast as possible, just trying to get through that dialogue. I ain't got no time to sit around with dialogue, but you know, our rival is here, and yeah, he's just talking about. Oh yeah, so in the daycare in Kanto, you couldn't put 2 Pokemon in, and you couldn't get eggs, because they didn't have that in the original game. So. But now they have them here in this island. So yeah, you can get eggs if you really want to. I didn't need to in this playthrough, so I didn't bother. Hey, got a pearl. Actually got a really good story coming up. Good as objective. I got a story coming up about later in this part. I think it's this part. Yeah, we're only 11 minutes in. I think it's this part. But what was I talking about before? Oh yeah, so I don't repeat typings and I don't repeat Pokemon. But with the post-game stuff, I figured since I don't really want to keep the same Pokemon around that I did in the first half of the game, in the main story, I decided to throw those 2 rules out. So I can do duplicate typings, and I don't care if I repeat Pokemon. So you might be seeing a lot of Crobat in some of these post-game playthroughs, just because I like Crobat. That's simple as that. Let's see here. Oh yeah, now we're here. I don't remember for what reason. I don't think we're really told to go here. We're just like, this is a thing. So actually, I think you need this to progress. Actually, no, I don't think you need it to progress. But yeah, so we got a little ice puzzle here. Which, we didn't, there was no ice puzzle in Kanto. I mean, I guess, Seafoam wasn't really ice. It was like redirecting water and stuff. But there was no ice puzzle like in Ice Path. Is that what it is in Gen 2, Ice Path? I think so. But yeah, there's nothing like that that's the right way. I want to get that item. Yeah, so what was I talking about now? I think I was talking about just Ice Path in general. This is like an optional. I don't think it's optional. It might be. Oh, waterfall's right there. Look at that. That's actually one of the main things we came here to get. I thought you get it from someplace else. I guess I was wrong. Alright, I'm being an idiot here. I just need to go back. I need to admit defeat, go back, head up there, restart, because I want that item. I'm not going to leave without that item. And I don't know why I keep going all the way around. I could just go up and to the side. Doesn't make any sense. Stupid Jacob. Nope, don't. Oh no, you do want to go up there. Yeah, and fall. Go down, and we got a never melt ice. I'm not gonna equip it, so I just wasted everyone's time getting it. Alright, so now we're gonna go back, and we're gonna go to the front, because if you guys notice, there's a waterfall up front. Fun fact. Waterfalls are waterfalls, and we can go up them now because of our waterfall TM. But that means that sadly, we are going to have to teach Blastoise Waterfall. He's the only person who can learn Waterfall in our group. So that means more HMs. And I don't know if I expressed it in, I'm serious, I don't know if I expressed it or not in the main story. But I really don't like HMs. Especially after Sun and Moon. Because they got rid of HMs. Which is amazing because HMs are stupid. I've always thought they were so stupid. See, they wouldn't be bad if you could forget them. That wouldn't be bad, but you can't forget them, and they're stupid. They're really, really stupid. They should have been able to forget them after, because the only reason that you couldn't forget them is because you could use them in a limited amount of times. Or at least that's what I think, right? But Gen 5 introduced TMs that never break, which means that HMs and TMs you can now use in limited times, which means you should be able to forget HMs. HMs are stupid. HMs are really stupid because you're either wasting moves in your party slot on your team, or you're grabbing a Pokemon that's solely used for HMs, and there's more than 4 of them, which means you might sometimes have to grab 2, unless they're really good. Like Surf and Strength, I don't mind as HMs. Fly, Fly is like, oh, I can tolerate Fly. But I think everything else, Waterfall may be the exception. But you don't usually get Waterfall very late in the game, so it doesn't matter. And there's not a whole lot of physical water type Pokemon that can benefit from Waterfall. The only thing I can think of: Gyarados, Sharpedo, Dragon Dance Kingdra, if you really want to go that route. Floatzel. And that's about it. That's the only. Those are some of the only ones I can think of. Oh, Crawdaunt would be bad either, but Crawdaunt has Crabhammer, but Crabhammer has a chance to miss. So I don't know. Either way, HMs are stupid. That's the whole reason I'm getting at. But now, we completely missed it. But oh, we actually did have to do this. Anyways, we found Lorelei, Lorelei is here. I shouldn't say that we found her. We weren't looking for her. We're looking for Team Rocket, and they were in here, and they're causing trouble. I didn't read the text. They're probably doing something, but we had to send them off so we know where their base is for later. Which, how did we get all the way down there? I wasn't paying attention, obviously. Anyways, now we're gonna leave 4 Island and go to the next island, which I think is 5 Island. I think that's the next bit we're going to, because these pots are going to be a little bit longer than I had initially. This is my first time in the Pokemon Center. You guys know what that means. If it's the first time in the Pokemon Center, I'm going to show it. That's my rule of thumb for these Let's Plays now. I decided that when I started recording this like 3 years ago. No joke, it's been 3 years. I started recording, I found my like very first files, and I saw that the first part of this was recorded January 27th, 2016. It is currently February 18th, 2019. So over 3 years ago, I started recording this. I've been putting this game off for way too long. And you know what? I don't like usually if you guys probably noticed at the end. Oh, she's freaking Gary. But it's you guys probably noticed at the end of the Fire Red playthrough with the main story, I was not too happy with the Let's Play. I was very angry. I said I wanted to redo it. It was mostly it was only because of me, right? Because I am the only person to blame for this. And I really wish I would have cut some of this out. I think I'm just keeping. Oh yeah, Vileplume's in my retired box. Grab the Meowth. Nope, grab the Meowth. Because we need Cut. We're going to need Cut coming up. So, Meowth is going to be our go-to Pokemon. And this is where my story comes in for later. But, going back to what I was talking about earlier. I said I wanted to redo this. I wasn't really enjoying it, blah, 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 blah. But, with the introduction of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, that's my That's my redoing. You know, it's a much better looking game. It's a newer game. People are more interested in it. It fixes a lot of issues, like the physical special split that I have with early Pokemon games, and TMs and stuff like that. It does a couple things weird, like I don't really like how Pokemon Let's Go Eevee Pikachu, there's no held items or abilities. I feel like that would be fine enough to implement. But either way, I digress. That I think that is the definitive version to play if you're gonna play through Kanto. I think if you want to go back to Red and Blue, the original, or Pikachu even, or yeah, Yellow, that's what it was. If you want to go to those old ones to find out like what it was like back then, you go right ahead. I think these games do a fine enough job that it's got a good post game. I think if you want to play the post game for some reason, or you want to explore the Sevi Islands, I think this is the much better game to do that with. But if you want a really good looking and fun Pokemon game, I think you should do Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, because those are really fun. I really enjoy my time with Pokemon Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu, minus the grinding, but that's because I didn't really know what I was doing. So I'm grinding a lot in that game because I'm finding Pokemon that are better than the others, and then I'm like leveling them up. But anyways, this is a plug. Go watch my Let's Play. I think I'm up to part like 20 now. I think I'm on the rocket base, and I'm gonna start recording it again. So be on the lookout for that if you're interested. If you're not, that's totally fine. But anyways, just cut past all that. But Zubat's evolving. Anyways, my story that I had for you guys. Story number 2. This area, when I first got to it as a kid, my friend Jake, who joined me a little bit in the beginnings of this Let's Play, and a little bit in my Pikachu, or Let's Go Eevee game Let's Play. That's what I'm trying to say. He told me, because there's a door that's going to be coming up, and it's in Braille, and it says cut. And Jake told me that. He's like, you need to use cut to get in. And I'm like, oh, all right. So, no joke. This is how dumb I was, right? I knew cut the grass around me. So I proceeded to cut every single blade of grass in this area. It took me forever. Like, forever. And I remember going through everything, and I cut all the grass, and then I go back to the door, and the door's not open. And I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, what? I cut all the grass. Like, what else do you want me to do? And then I'm like, does it want me to cut the door? And I cut the door, and it opened. And I just remember being a kid and just being so mad at myself and at the game, because I was like, I obviously need to cut all the grass around here. And there's a lot of grass around here if you couldn't tell. So yeah, I just felt really stupid. And this area, I will always remember this area, because you find a sunstone here. I don't know why I remember that. You find a sunstone here, and this stupid cut door that I thought you had to cut all the grass around, called the dotted hole, which I don't know what that means. Oh, I get it now, because there's little holes everywhere and there's dots. So for this, you have to follow the directions on the little braille thing. And I didn't really know which way to go, but I know that there's up, left, right, and down. Up has 2 letters, right has 5 letters, so you just gotta kind of guess for the left and down, at least in my case. But it is up, left, right, down. I guess. I think that was the pattern. I wasn't really paying attention. But I always thought this was like, this guy. I was pissed at this guy, because I got down here and I'm like, Well, first of all, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just going everywhere. But yes, nah, Chauncey. Oh, by the way, there's Goldie Needs Log and Yes, Nah, Chauncey, and they're both God, why can't I think of the name? I always want to say anagrams, but that's not correct. And it reminds me of pendulum. Why can't I think of it? Okay, hold on. Okay, Google. What is the term for words that can be spelled backwards the same forwards? Nope. It ended before I finished my sentence. Okay, Google. Oh, you're already here. Never mind. What is the term for words that can be spelled backwards the same forwards? Palindrome? Is that what it is? Palindrome. I thought it was a completely different words. Whatever. If that's what Google says, I'll take its word for it. Google's a lot smarter than me. And there's that guy there that didn't battle, so I battled him now. But yeah, I think that's going to end today's part. I'm actually going to go behind these buildings over here, grab whatever's back here, and it's just a Lepo berry, so nothing too important. All right, well, that being said, I think that part's going to end here. So in the next part, we're going to be heading to Team Rocket's warehouse to get that sapphire back. So I'll see you guys then.